Costa Rica, and everyone in this room is 100% invited to our wedding because we love you, including my children. I'm going to let you come too. And we are going to be getting married on June 11th, but you can arrive June 10th. We will send out, flight examples and all that for whenever the bus can pick everybody up. June 9th? Whatever.
June 9th, Thursday is the first night.
And our wedding is?
The 11th.
Because it's our ring sizes. That's not really why, that's super goofy. But it is happened to be our ring size, yeah.
She's a size 6.
And I was a 5, but I got fat, and so now I'm a 6. No, girl, you didn't know me then. But these people here know. They know. Anyway, we are going to do the sunset. So as long as you get there on the 11th at sunset, you may attend. And it is in Costa Rica, Jacqui. Get your passports ordered. You have time. Kiefer. Get your passport spelled correctly, please. They put Kiefer on his passport, but we were close, right? Finally got this boy a passport, and they spelled it wrong. And then on to, I believe our plan is still going to be Thailand. Anyone who would like to go on to Thailand for our honeymoon, and I know you just went, and I'm hoping we can stay at Sapatra's family's house or something. Maybe. So Costa Rica, Jacqui, it's one of our favorite places, and if you have not, anybody been there? Raise your hand if you've been there. You been to Jacqui? Well, you took me there the first time I went. By the way, Harry Singer, everyone. Harry Singer used to be my best friend, and then he found a new best friend that's with him. So I don't get that anymore. But Paige is his new best friend and also called wife. Okay. He's going to do it. Touch.
So everybody that's here, with the exception of her children, everybody here was invited because they're her friend. That they were all selected. They were not family. Nobody's here because it's a relationship. It's 100%. They're great friends of Jacqui's. Thank you all of you for coming. It's really very nice. So it's really been a pleasure meeting everybody. I didn't know anybody in Kansas City except you, and it really feels like home now. So thank you, everybody. And then just love you guys. So I did make the woman of my dreams with Jacqui, and again, we selected each other. We definitely fell in love. I told you, the first woman I've ever been in love with. It is true. We have matching bracelets. If everybody doesn't know, our bracelets have the flight number that we met on.
I got that from Tiffany's for his birthday.
That was our birthday present. So I just looking forward to a wonderful life with you. You make me the happiest guy in the world. I love you.
Cheers. I don't have to even do a toast after that. I talked enough. Thank you. Now party. Party.
Hi, Cedric.
Hello, Manette.
Jackie's friends want her to, she's going to make this, where she can look back. And so I just have a couple questions for everybody that's here.
Okay.
And the question I have for you is, what advice would you give to Jacqui on being in a new marriage?
Wow. The main advice I would say is to truly listen. And practice, and what I mean by that, practice active listening, where you're not thinking of your rebuttal or your comeback when the person is speaking, but truly listen to them. I would definitely suggest doing things that they have in common together, making sure that's like set out time during our busy schedule and say, one day a week at least, this is our time and we're going to do something together. And then lastly, I would say have effective communication, not I speak my mind, which I do, but there's a difference. Speak your mind, but do it with compassion. Therefore, you will be able to get your message across effectively.
I like that. That's really good.
Thank you. And keep the romance alive. You know what I mean?
That's a good one. Do you have anything to say specifically to just Jacqui? Like a little message to Jacqui?
Of course. Jacqui knows I love her and I love you and adore you, but I am so happy. This could not have happened to a better person. I just want you to always look back. Remember this moment through tough times, not necessarily even in your relationship, but just in life in general. Look back on this moment where you're like, you know what? I was happy and this is why I'm getting married. So congratulations, girl. You know I'm in your corner. And I look forward to seeing many, many, many years of happiness for you.
Thank you, Cedric.
You're very welcome.
I'm here with Jackson and Evan, and I have a question for you guys, for your mom. So my question is, what are you guys most excited about as Alan becomes officially a part of your family?
Alan makes her a lot nicer. She is a big stress reliever for her, and I'm really excited to have a mother who's not a really tight, wound up asshole.
All right. Okay, that's good. She's happier, is what you're saying. She's happier. Alan makes her happy. I agree with that.
Alan makes sure that she does not come to my basement and bother me with chores and whatnot. He definitely does make her happier, though. I agree with that.
So Alan, you'd say like Alan takes care of more around the house, and he's like manning up or he's like the man of the house now, so that you guys can feel more like her sons, and he's taking a load off a little bit. Is that what you mean? Like
I'd say he's got some competition.
competition for?
Man of the house.
Are you still the man of the house?
No, I've been moved out for 3 years.
Are you the man of the house?
Pretty much. I'll let him take over, though. I don't mind.
They welcome you with open arms.
All
right. So I grabbed one of the sweetest couples I know. And so some advice for Jacqui, I would just ask, like, what is something that helps you guys get through hard times that you could give to Jacqui if her and Alan ever have to go over an obstacle, or like times get hard? What advice would you give to them?
Communication. Yeah. And therapy.
Lots and lots of therapy. Yes.
Therapy and communication. All right. And what about in like the best of times? What is something that you would say like is your favorite memory that you know or you remember with Jacqui?
Oh, well, the first time I met her, she put a pink fedora on me. And she called me her gay best friend. So, that's my
That's a good memory. What about you?
When we went to Bar K for my birthday, and she brought me like a little, what are they called, like a tiara, and it's very sweet of her.
So basically, she just likes putting hats on everybody. All right. Do you have anything to say to Jacqui, like just personally, just like a little personal message?
Well, I would like to say, Jacqui, we love you. We wish you the best of luck and with Alan, and have fun. Just always have fun together, you know? Just never overthink it.
He said it best. I can't top that.
We love you, Jacqui.
We love you.
Okay, as a very cute couple, I did want to ask you guys, what is some advice that you would give Jacqui and Alan to keep the spice in their relationship?
Well, we have a goal to be each other's best friend every day of our lives. And sometimes we succeed and sometimes we don't, but that's the goal, and I think that that is key.
I like that. I like that a lot. Best friend first, relationship also first. I don't know.
Throw some spice in there.
How would you throw spice in there?
That's a personal question.
How could you PG-13 throw spice in there?
No.
No, okay. New question. We won't. Something's real spicy about this relationship, though, I can tell. Because they don't want to tell us what. Okay. Then I'll ask you another question. What is a piece of advice if Jacqui is just having like, actually, no, we're going to move this to Alan. If Alan is having a really bad day, what's the best thing that you think that your partner or Jacqui could do for Alan to help him like get through a bad day, whether that be like a bad day at work, a bad day, everything's going wrong. What would you like to see from your partner to help you through that?
Well, when I would get home, putting on something sexy and giving me a back rub and a cocktail.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, guys don't need a lot of frivol and frazz. They just want a cocktail, back rub, sexy outfit. Okay, one more question to each of you. What is something that you would like to say to Jacqui and Alan, just like a little note, like what you'd like to say to them?
Well, we had to go all the way to Marrakesh to meet Jacqui. And then we found out we live in the same neighborhood.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she's kind of a special friend to us for that reason. And then we met Alan, of course, through her. But something special to say to them? Well, we just feel very blessed to know them.
That's awesome. So sweet.
And we've met Alan a few times now and think he's great, very grounded for her, and hope they just have the best relationship ever, and a great, great marriage. So best of luck to you two.
Cheers. Okay, so I'm here with 3 singles. I'm going to ask you each a question, and one question for you. So when you look at Jacqui and Alan, what's something that you see in their relationship that you would want in your own? Like something that you look up to their relationship for?
I love the way they look at each other and adore each other and treat or the way he treats her. No, I'm kidding. She's good to him too.
That's sweet. No, that is sweet. And they do. They light up. Like they light up a room.
They're adorable together, and I'm so happy that this is all going down.
Okay, now I'm going to bring it to you. What's something that, let's just say, a piece of advice that you would give them to always keep their relationship like fun?
I would always say keep exploring the world together. Keep really, taking steps forward. Life is really about, being together and exploring the world together through both of your eyes. I mean, you've each had experiences, in your previous lives, but now like making your new book. So
I love that. So good. So good. I like that a lot. Okay, now I will give you an easy one. When you look at Jacqui and Alan, what's one word that comes to mind? Just like one word, the first word that you think when you see them, what's a word?
Love.
Love. And?
Fabulousness.
Fabulous love. Why?
One word, right?
And now I'm going to ask why love. How do you see love in them?
Well, it seems like they meant to be for each other, so.
I agree with that. Do any of you guys have just something that you would like to say to Jacqui personally?
Yes, I would like to say, I can't see, that I love you and you are beautiful and you deserve the world, and I know Alan will give that to you. So God bless you both. Mwah.
Both of them. And this is for Alan is treat Jacqui like the princess she is, and princess queen, and then Jacqui treat Alan like the prince he is, and the king he is. Wake up every day and start it all over again. Sometimes I think we forget that each day is a gift and to make it wonderful. So love both of you guys.
Thank you so much. Do you have something that you would like to say to Jacqui and Alan?
Congratulations, happy
Engagement.
Yeah, happy
Sorry.
engagement.
We love you.
Love you.
Yay.
Thank you so much, guys.
Beautiful Minette. First, we appreciate you throwing this fabulous extravaganza and engagement party for our gorgeous new couple, soon to be married. And I want to know how you met Jacqui.
Yeah. So I met Jacqui kind of in a funny way. We went to, shout out to Artego and Joe. We were at Artego's Pizza, and a group of us went, and we had all just gotten out of relationships. Jacqui had just gotten out of a relationship. I had Lindsay actually as well. So there's a lot of girls here that we're friends now from like we all were like bored, let's go watch the Royals game. And from the moment that we all met, like we just clicked. And Jacqui just became one of my best friends. And you know Jacqui. I mean, everybody you meet her and you just love her. And so that's how we met.
And so you're not just best friends, but you're family. Yes, because her friends are her family, all of us, but yes, for sure. And then I want to know what you see in the future with Jacqui and Alan.
I don't know. You know why? This is why. I know that they're going to have love, but the thing is with Jacqui and as a fellow Gemini, and as
Gosh, you have two personalities.
we have a lot has to, you never know what's going to happen. But I do know in the future for Alan and Jacqui, I see forever. And I think that like Jacqui, the thing I love most about like their relationship and Alan, and how I see forever is that Alan goes with the flow, and that's kind of what Jacqui needs. Jacqui is just like a little bird, like me. I mean, I see myself
They
like
fly by the seat of their pants.
you do, and you do adventure, and they know how to do adventure. He also knows like Jacqui's gonna have fun doing whatever she does. So what I see in their future, to narrow it down, I know I keep going, but I just see like a lot of fun. It's never gonna be the same thing, and it's not going to be like what everyone else has or what society thinks you have to have. It's more of like it's their own story. So that's what I see. I don't know, but I know that it's going to be interesting.
That's a great foresight. They will always have adventures, and it will never be boring, Alan. You will never get bored with her.
No, you won't.
And we love you.
We love you, Jacqui. I really, really, really love you. And thank you for letting me be a part of this with you.
And thank you for doing this for them.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Oh, great. I'm Harry Singer, and welcome to the Jacqui Sands engagement party. We're here with two of Jacqui's really good friends. This is Mr. Robert Henderson and Dwayne Joseph. Robert, how do you know Jacqui?
I met Jacqui years ago at Starbucks on the plaza. Used to go in there every morning and have our little morning breakfast crew. And Jacqui used to come in, and she had this huge personality, and you just couldn't help but notice Jacqui. And, you know, I'm so good looking that she couldn't help but notice me. So we became friends.
So other than Dwayne being much better looking than you, you're her second best looking friend, is that it? And Robert's incredibly clever, although you wouldn't know it by those answers. I don't know, but actually he's incredibly clever. So what advice do you have for Jacqui and Alan?
Just to just love each other, respect each other, just be good to each other. That's it.
Love, respect, and be good to each other. I don't see Jacqui doing that. Alan, I could see Alan doing that, but Jacqui, Dwayne, what do you think? Could Jacqui actually do that?
Good so far. You know, so check this out. My name is Dwayne Joseph. Nice to meet everyone. I met Jacqui at Starbucks also, and like Robert, you know, big personality. So I decided to go ahead and say hello. So they actually introduced me to her. So excuse me, not COVID, but anyway. But check this out, man. Jacqui, for you and Alan, and I did this twice. I ain't gonna do it again. But just love and respect one another. Just like Robert said, I think you guys have a good future together. I love your picks, love everything that you guys stand for. And so looking forward to seeing your wedding. I don't know if I'm gonna be there or not. How about yes, okay, then we going. My man said we going.
We're doing it.
We're doing this.
So I'm going to interview myself because I need to go. Quiet on the set, gentlemen. I'm going to interview myself. So I'm Harry Singer. And Harry, how do you know Jacqui? Well, I met Jacqui at a bar, a huge personality, and we had this instant chemistry. And she's pretty much been kind of next to me for the last 7 years. So it's good to see her growing. And I think her and Alan are going to be amazing together. and I wish them all the luck. I just got married myself, and the first time I've ever been in love, so it's really cool, and I think that this is the one for Jacqui, and I wish them all the luck in the world, love, respect, and just enjoy every moment because life is short, and hope to be in Costa Rica. So Jacqui and Alan, cheers to you. And this will wrap up our segment of the 3 best looking people at your party by far, right? I mean, honestly, look around. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, we're definitely it. So thank you, good luck, and that's the end of our show. Okay, we're back on the Jacqui and Alan show, live with Harry Singer again, and we're sitting here with the Kiefer. He does not have a last name, it's just Kiefer. Kiefer is one of the younger members of Jacqui's entourage, and I think he's grown to really like Jacqui and Alan, and who couldn't? So Kiefer, how do you know Jacqui?
By the way, my name is Kiefer, not Kiefer. Kiefer, French, France.
How do you know Jacqui?
I know Jacqui through a multi-situational dates at a First Fridays back in 2017. She was a very lovely woman, as I still think to this day. As so is her best friend, Mr. Harry Singer. Do you have any more questions for me, Mr. Singer?
If I remember right, you kind of crashed a date and then followed him around like a puppy dog, and you haven't left.
This might be true.
Yes. So Kiefer is a very tenacious young man that is quite entertaining when I understand what he says. So what advice do you have as somewhat of a relationship expert that you are, who's literally never been in a relationship more than 5 minutes? What advice do you have for Jacqui and Alan?
This is accurate, by the way. This is true to the T. You know, life is short, life is young. Live life to the fullest. Never been in a relationship more than maybe 3 weeks, I think it was. 3 weeks is my max? Yeah, 3 weeks. I think so. Alan's a good dude. Alan has very good genes. He has a very good family. He is up the top of the gene pool. Jacqui will be very happy with Alan, and I think Alan will be very happy with Jacqui. This is a match made in heaven. I think everybody gets along well. I can't wait for the wedding in Costa Rica or the honeymoon in Thailand. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for them. Very excited for the entire group's future, to tell you the truth, Harry.
Now, I understand you're going on to Thailand with them as their personal butler, that Alan's engaged your services to carry bags and help them out at the engagement.
This is accurate.
Okay. So we'll see Kiefer in Costa Rica, and then along with the honeymoon to be at their beck and call as their personal butler. We're out with Kiefer and Harry.
Kiefer, out.
There. Okay. We are here with the most famous trio at the party. That is Steve, Allie, and Leo. And they go way, way back with Jacqui. Allie, you go back when Jacqui's kids were this age. So how do you know Jacqui, and what do you have to say to the worldwide audience here listening?
So let's see. Jacqui was a client of mine at a boutique when I was probably 18 years old. I told her I was looking for another job, and she goes, well, why don't you just come live with me and take care of my kids? And I said, sure, sounds good. So let's see. Evan was probably 6, and Jackson was probably 3, and
lived with them.
Yeah, lived with them.
We've actually met each other through Jacqui, so, well, living corridors because of Jacqui, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Jacqui allowed me to stay with her very nicely. So me and Allie lived with Jacqui for at least 6 months before we found our own place, and that started our little family. So thank you very much, Jacqui, and couldn't have met a better match with Alan. He's incredible. So love you guys.
So that's amazing. Jacqui has this natural ability to suck people into her universe, and then she chews them up, spits them out, and only the good ones remain. So everybody you're seeing here has withstood the test of Jacqui time. So it's really pretty exciting. And let's see, Allie, since you know Jacqui so well, what advice could you tell them? One quick paragraph of how they could be happy, because you two are obviously happy. You got Leo, they're not having kids, I don't believe, unless if they adopt. So give her some advice, something brilliant.
Oh, it's the most basic thing. Have lots of sex and have lots of fun.
And you mean with each other, right?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So there, we're going to wrap this up with the trio, Steve, Allie, and Leo.
Okay, so My first question is, how do you know Jacqui?
I know Jacqui. I first met her through going to her spa, and we just hit it off, and have been friends ever since. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so in knowing Jacqui, what way is to you would you think it would be to her heart? Like, what's the best, like, the way to Jackie's heart? How did Alan win her heart, do you think?
I think she made Alan win her heart because she could talk to anyone, and I think when she wants something, she just goes and gets it.
That is so true. Another question is, what's just like a piece of advice that you have, like if Jacqui and Alan are having like a hard day or they're going through something, even just work or a relationship trial, like what's your best advice that you would give to them?
I think everyone has, bumps in the road, but if they remember where they started and how they had that first conversation on that airplane and get back to being grounded, I think they can work through anything.
I love that. What's one last question? What's something that you see in their relationship that you absolutely love and maybe that you want to see in your own relationship?
I think they're just good people, and two good people found each other, and I'm single as shit, so when I find that good person, that's what I'm looking for. So
I love that. Okay, so we are all here as Jackie's friends, and I have a question for everyone. My first question is to you. We know that Jacqui is bubbly and fun and always on the go. So what is your best piece of advice to Alan if he is kind of having a day where he's like a little bit more tired and Jackie's like firecracker Jacqui? What's your best piece of advice to Alan?
Have a glass of wine.
I like it. Okay, I'm going to ask the next question. What's your best piece of advice for a newly married couple?
Oh, me? Oh, no. Tequila.
We have wine and tequila. Another question for you is going to be, what's something that you see if you're just like passing by them, even now, tonight? If you've seen something about them that's different from another couple?
I don't know.
Have you seen anything, maybe like they laugh a lot together or?
She talks a lot.
That is true. And what about Alan? Does he talk a lot?
A little.
Not as much. Do you think that's why their relationship works?
Maybe.
It is so true. Okay, another question is, in marriage or even relationships, sometimes you can get to like a lull, it happens. So what is something that you would say in the future if they did hit that patch, even for a moment, would be something to like spice it up?
Sit down on the deck, travel, listen, talk, just be attentive.
Being attentive. I like that. Is there anything that you guys want to say specifically, just directly to Jacqui and Alan, or Jacqui or Alan?
I just want to say congratulations to you both, and I want to wish you all the happiness in the world.
I love that. Do you want to say anything to Jacqui or Alan?
I would like to say congratulations, and I'm so excited for the wedding that I'm probably not going to, but I will like all the pictures on Facebook.
And be there in spirit.
Just congratulations to both of them. Wish them nothing but the best.
Thank you, guys. I have a couple questions for you. My first question, we're gonna start off easy. Whenever you pass Jacqui and Alan, what's like the first word that comes to your mind?
Crazy and wise.
Crazy and wise. Those are opposites.
So basically, Jacqui, she's the fun person, talkative. She's the crazy part. And Alan, he's pretty wise and calm and kind of take care of situations. So
That's great. I do agree. Is there anything that's like in their relationship that you see and you're just like, wow, that's something that I would want in my own relationship?
Well, first thing, what I learned is sometimes you have to do the lobster's technique, which is when you're building something, you have to hide and build it, correct, and then you go back to the surface. So, and that's what they have done. They disappeared for a while, and then they came back with a beautiful relationship. I met them when they were just dating, and it was one time, year and a half ago, and here we are now. We're in an engagement. That's beautiful.
I love that. I might have to use that. The lobster. The lobster. Another question I've asked a few people. My question is like sometimes in relationships, things can kind of like get a little bit, I wouldn't say dull, but like, every day there's a lot of days in between and sometimes things kind of slow down. What's something that you would say as a piece of advice that you'd like to give to them to keep the spice?
So, first of all, three things I say to everybody that can keep a relationship no matter what, at work, friends, or marriage. First is trust. If there is no trust, there is nothing, because that's how you differ the close people from the enemies. Second is respect, because no matter what that person, have experience, have dignity, and and their dignity is your dignity. You have to keep it. It's a respect. The third one is communication. If you don't communicate, there's always like misleading sentences and miscommunication, etc. But mainly, we have to understand in life there is no perfection. We come in from different books, different streets, different experiences, and still living with the brothers and sisters in the same house, we fight. It doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't mean it's the end of the book. It's just another chapter. Close it, start another chapter. Learn from each other. That's how how I see it.
I like that. Well, one last question. What do you have to say? Do you have like a message that you want to say to Jacqui?
Jacqui, you're a crazy bitch. Love you.
Oh, we love you.
Don't get me in trouble.
So, Evan, you travel a lot. So, I would like to ask like, you see a lot of different relationships and a lot of different cultures. They're all different. So, what is something that's different and unique about Jacqui's relationship with Alan?
That's a great question. I mean, I can tell Jacqui and Alan are very much in love. In many cultures, there's financial arrangements on marriages and relationships, and a lot of people just aren't happy, especially in developing nations where very wealthy people marry very poor people. It does happen a lot. People don't realize, but no, I can tell Jacqui and Alan are absolutely happy, which is important to me. So.
They mesh well.
They do. They are a very cute couple together, and she's very happy, and he's very happy too. His word, what he said during the toast, just solidifies how he feels, and I think that's great.
Yes, I agree. He's a great guy. He's so sweet. I've asked this a couple times, and so I really want to ask you too. So sometimes relationships can hit that like stump, or things might. What if they get boring? And Jacqui's a very, we need to be stimulated. She wants to be stimulated. What is something that you would say to keep the spark alive, to keep it spicy like a jalapeno?
I would say find common interests and live your life to the fullest, because I think when relationships get boring is when there's a lot of downtime, and people who have similar interests, like I think these two people love to travel a lot. I mean, keep traveling. I mean, keep it exciting. It's seeing new things in the world that really keep their mind fresh, keep them educated, and keep them engaged in each other. So I would just say just keep exploring the world for sure.
I like that. A whole new world. I don't know. Aladdin. My last, would you like to say anything to Jacqui and Alan for their new marriage?
I'm really excited for both of you. I'm glad you found each other. It is not easy in this large world, especially with COVID and pandemic and all the distractions we have in life, to find a great partner. But seeing you guys here today, it's clear that you guys are perfect for each other. So I'm really excited for you both and your journey ahead. So I hope you make the best of it for sure.
So I'm going to ask you guys some questions. What is something that you see in Jacqui and Alan's relationship that you are just like, wow, like what, like you pass them and what do you see that's special between them?
Well, I don't know Jacqui that well, but just woman to woman, I love that she has found a great guy to value her, and I can see that with them. I think that's really special to finally find your person.
Yeah, so you can even see that in just like meeting her very quickly or not knowing her long.
Truly warm.
Through Snapchats, because when you really love someone, she always does the same filter, which is called Naomi or Momi, I believe. It looks good, but obviously it makes you ladies beautiful. You don't need, it does make the gentleman cartoonish sometimes, perhaps a little feminine, but he's always there doing it, and and that's a sign of a happy couple. You know what I mean? Because as a fellow Naomi, is that what it's called? Yes, Naomi.
I love this. I know exactly what you're talking about because I too do the same thing to my boyfriend. He uses that. So that's a good point that you make, and you all know what he's talking about.
And if you don't know, you're not in love until now you know.
Okay, so my question for you, Dr. O, I feel like this is going to be a good one. I know I've asked this a lot, but I like getting everybody's different take on what advice they have to offer. So the question I have is, how do you keep it spicy like a jalapeno?
Well, I would say 2 words: flying with a net. As far as kids are involved, but since both of them have, that's not an issue because they're young and beautiful, and I would say the number one thing is just communication. To keep it spicy, I would just say Mormonism. The Church of Latter-day Saints is actually not a good idea. Keeping it spicy just means writing each other, for me personally, not in a lunchbox or just, somewhere, just write something like, hey, you know what, babe, the moment you get home, I'm going down on you like you've never gone down before. Or vice versa, like, would love for you to grab the mail, pay the bill. Also, blowjob coming right afterwards. Or fellatio Fridays. I mean, as long as you keep it playful, that's because no matter what, we all grow old. If you have that passion for each other, and it could be just little acts of love like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Fellatio Friday doesn't have to be every Friday. Could it be every other Friday? No, I mean not first Fridays. At least 3 Fridays a week, but a month. But and more importantly, when you go to bed, and this is all joking, if you can, maybe once a week or every day, say 3 things that you love about that person before you go to bed, and you'd be surprised what comes out. Today, I thought Lauren was sleeping. We had a couple drinks, as you can tell, and I hugged her, and I thought she was. And I was like, sometimes I pinch myself, Lauren. I'm so happy I'm with you. And it led to a lot of amazingness in the morning, but that's not the point. It just was on my heart, and I think that's one of the keys to keeping it spicy, because there's many fish out there, but very few salmon. And
That was beautiful. PG 13, maybe 19 at some points, but I loved it. I like it.
I can do like a more clear, like a PG.
Good. Okay. I think you did great. I'm going to ask one more question. Actually, I'm going to keep it simple. What's something that you would like to say to a new bride and groom? Jacqui and Alan specifically.
I would just say to value each other, and really, again, it's so hard to find somebody that you connect with, and never forget that you're lucky to have found somebody that meets your needs, and be thankful for that.
Yes, it's beautiful.
I'm a big quote guy. I'm a history major. I would say Van Gogh, and he says, "The heart has its reason, that reason knows not." So whatever the reason is that brought you guys together, don't let anybody else, outside influences, social media, naysayers, haters, do that. And always remember, the quality of your life is the value of your relationships. You're a great friend. All I see is great friends here. You keep your relationships small or large, but just make sure they're quality, and you'll survive and thrive. And I'm so happy for you guys.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, so fun fact, this is my boyfriend that I'm interviewing right here. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. What is something that you look at Alan and Jacqui and you see their relationship and you look up to them for?
I mean, honestly, I think that Alan and Jacqui, like they were meant for each other. I'm just really hoping that Alan, make sure he has extra, reinforcements in the background, as far as like make sure you got your condoms and things like that taken care of, man. Uh, you know, we want to make sure that you're safe, you're protected. There's diseases all around the place.
Oh my God. Okay, so I probably should have interviewed him before he had a couple drinks. So we're going to ask him another question. What is a piece of advice that you would like to give to a couple that, let's say that they've had a rough day, and whether that be work or anything else, what's something that you would say would be a good thing of advice for one of them to do for the other, and vice versa?
I mean, I think that you have to look at your past, remember the times you've had together, and like appreciate those moments. Me and Minette, we've had a lot of struggles, but we always look back at the good times we've had, and I fucking love her, and she knows that I love her, and I know that Jacqui and Alan. I mean, I'm sure every couple have had difficulties, and they've always come through because they've talked it through. They've understood where one another came from, and that's the bottom line to the story.
That's very good advice. I'll ask you one last thing. What's something...
One more question? That's it?
I'll ask you one more thing. What is just a fun moment? You've been around Jacqui and Alan a couple times. What's a fun moment that you've witnessed between Jacqui and Alan? This is a wedding photo. Come on. Jacqui, this is a real relationship. I can try to script this as much as I want, but this is it. Like, what's something that you say to keep the fun in a relationship alive?
The fun in the relationship?
Yeah.
Just always be spontaneous. Like just do some crazy shit, Like we're about to do some crazy shit after this. She doesn't even know about it. She still doesn't know about it.
I really don't.
But you know what? That's what it's all about. Just making it lively and energetic. And
We look up to you, Jacqui, and we hope one
Jacqui and
day
Alan, we love
that
you.
we
We love you. We love you.
are able to have the same love. We're
I
also
love you
crazy.
guys.
All right.
Alan, you're the shit, bro.
Thank you, guys. Okay, so Lindsay, you work very close with Jacqui. So you see her day in, day out. You know Jacqui just as well as any of us, if not better. So my question is what is something that you've seen in Jacqui now with Alan that you didn't see in her before? Like, what has Alan brought to Jacqui?
She is happy. Okay, happy. So I would say, should I hold that? Anyways, let me get my close up here. No, so actually seeing her few men that she's dated since I've known her. God, and I've known her. How long have we known her? Like 7 years? Yeah, a long time. We met her together. But I would say that she's genuinely happy with him. You come into work and you see the best and the worst of people because you see everything. So with her, I've seen her emotions whenever she gets her weekly flowers and all of her things, but I can just tell, like, genuinely, she is really actually happy with him, and she's been waiting for that ring, so.
She got it.
Yes, you did.
Another question I have then is, in her relationship with Alan, what's something that like you look up to them for in their relationship that you're like, wow, like I hope to have that with my relationship?
So the fact that they can travel successfully and not want to like claw each other's eyes out, I really admire that. It's true.
Yeah. No, that's a good one because traveling does give me anxiety as well. And Jacqui did mention that when she's with Alan, she doesn't have anxiety. Another question is, what is just something that you want to say to Jacqui and Alan? Like, just whatever you want to say. What's something that, like, when they watch this video, whenever, let's say they're going to watch this in 40 years, what's something that, like, you want to say now that you know that they're going to watch in 40 years?
Ooh, hitting me with the hard ones. I would say I am so happy to be able to have seen your entire relationship cultivate, and I cannot wait to see the wedding. Girl, that's gonna be lit, by the way. But I am so happy to and excited to be a part of your guys' future because clearly we work very close. So you're kind of family to me. So to me, to see you progress in your life and actually get the things that you want, it's inspiring. And Alan, thank you for giving her that.
All right, I'm gonna ask one more question. Oh, no, it's nothing, man. I'm just gonna so as I think all of us are in this the same as like being like we need fun, we need spontaneity, we need I think all three of us girls we're all close and we all know like that's what Jacqui needs. That's what we know that's what we need. She needs because we understand it because we need that. Yeah. So what is a good piece of advice to Alan? Because Jacqui needs that. What's your best advice to Alan for Jacqui?
Ooh, Alan, I could go on and on with that one. But the best thing that I would say is even when it gets hard, even if you're wrong, even if she's wrong, it doesn't matter. Obviously, I know firsthand our relationships with our friends and our loved ones can literally be cut quick. And it is important to always remember whatever that last thing you said to someone could always be the last thing you ever get to say to them. So don't ever go to sleep or have her walking away thinking you don't love her because she knows that you do. So just always make her feel that way, no matter what.
I love that. That was good. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
I am here with the bride.
Almost bride.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Jacqui, I have questions for you.
I have answers. I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
What is it about Alan that just like what's the first word that pops into your head? Just one word when you look at Alan.
Abs. He has abs, and I love a man with abs. That's actually very important to me, and he has really great abs.
That's good. That is good.
Shallow. Was that shallow?
No. Be honest. That was the first answer. What is something that Alan has and you guys have in your relationship that you've never had with anybody else? Friendships, anything. Just what do you have with Alan?
Okay, do you want me to hold it? Okay, there's so many things. So he's the first relationship I've had on this level of maturity. And I'm not trying to insult anyone I've had in my past, honestly, but he's a whole another level. I know he's a little bit older, but yeah, P.S. He's 9 years older than me. I want that on the record because he doesn't feel like he's older than me, but he is. Honestly, no, he looks great. However, the maturity level is incredible. The conversation level is good. He gets me. I don't think many of the men I've dated in my past, which I hate to bring that up right now, it's a bad time, but anyone I've ever had in my life didn't really get me. And Alan truly gets who I am and supports who I am. And I'm a complicated kind of creature, so I really appreciate that about him. I would have to say that stands out to me and something that's mentionable. There's many other things, but we have a lot that I've never had with anybody else, especially our connection and our love. And I love this man.
That was beautiful. In a tough moment and when you've went through something hard, what's something that Alan has done or even a memory, something that he's done for you that meant a lot, that got you through a hard time?
Wow, that's hard. Okay. We had 2 rough spots. And I'm just going to tell everybody what one of those rough spots was because I think it's important to know if anyone knew we went through our first breakup. It was literally because I was in another city because our long distance has been difficult. Anyone in a long distance relationship can appreciate that. I was in St. Louis doing my clinical residency, and that was really strenuous on our relationship, to a level we didn't expect. And I was extremely stressed in nurse practitioner school, finishing my program. And when he was away and I was there, I got sick. I got sick from an injection I took from a pharmaceutical rep. And I couldn't look at my phone, touch my phone, do anything to it for 3 solid days. The doctor I was with thought I was going to die. It was pretty serious. He thought I was ignoring his messages. And that actually split us apart in a weird way. We just stopped talking to each other for, I want to say, at least 6 weeks. That was our first breakup without it ever being a breakup. It was just this bizarre, I think we were still in our norming, the forming, storming, and norming stage. I don't know what that was, but it was weird. But he thought I was ignoring him. I'm sure he sent me really great messages or something. We were already strained, and I think he felt like I was just pulling away and I was not. I was ghosting him or something, and I wasn't. I was very ill. So what got us through that is I actually had to reach out to him, but when I explained it, it was like nothing ever happened. It's done. He doesn't ever bring up the past. He doesn't ever harp on anything that's come up in the past. He's never negative. He's one of the most positive humans I know. So, I mean, I'm talking a lot. He has so many good qualities. I don't know. We had one other little falling out briefly, and I don't think it was over really anything either. It was pretty stupid. A lot of it is him and I we didn't know where the other person was because our relationship was far apart. So now that we're together, we don't have any of that stuff, and I'm so happy we're past that. But
No, that's beautiful. No, it's and you put it so well, like where you have a disagreement and for whatever reason, but you don't look at the past. And I think that is something that people need. Like that's a perfect way for him to handle that, and that's great and very mature.
I need to get better about that because I'm the one who does that, and he does not do that at all. So yes, you are correct.
Another question. What is something that do you have something in your future a memory that you play in your mind, like to make, like just something that you may see in your future? Does that make sense?
I do nothing but think about my future with Alan. I don't have any time I think about anything going forward that he's not in that picture. So it's everything. I think about all the traveling we do, which I was not a big traveler until Alan. He's got me out of that shell. I think people think, oh, you have this great life, you just travel all the time. I have travel anxiety, so this was not like my favorite thing, and he's got me completely past it. For those of you that knew, I did travel a little bit before Alan. When I moved to LA, I stressed hard about that. He makes me the calmest person ever on a flight. He takes care of everything. I don't have any anxiety whatsoever on a flight with him. I don't even need my emotional support animal anymore. Hallelujah. Even though I still drag him sometimes. There's nothing I don't think about with him. I want to say I want to think about growing old together with Alan, but we're already old, so we're just going to be old together.
And the one last thing, what is something that, like, when you play this video over and over, what is something that you want Alan to hear? Like, what's a message that you want to say directly to Alan?
Baby, you're my forever. You're my everything. And just like the bracelet says, not mine doesn't say it, but yours says it on the underneath. All the forevers. We're never going to be without each other. And please don't die on me, ever. I need you.
Thank you. I have the other most important person, the soon-to-be groom, Alan.
I'm feeling like the most important person. Thank you very much. Being the star of the day, second star of the day.
You are? Okay, so let's start it off with an easy one. What is something like one word whenever you see Jacqui, like just one word that pops to your head?
Fun.
Fun.
Lots of fun. She's unpredictable and fun.
And what is another thing, like, what's the moment you knew, like on the plane? I don't know if it was like a moment, a thing she did, a sentence she said. What's the thing that in your mind you're like, I am interested in her, or whatever it was?
You know, it was probably when she was saying she had to put her dog down by herself. When she said her dog was sick, it was too much money to pay a vet, and she just had to do what was right and put her dog down. I went, that's a woman. That's somebody I need to be with. She took it in her own hands. So that was it. And I said, that's a special person that can do that.
Do you think she knows that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, do you think that she knows that's the moment? Like,
No, she doesn't know that. But she knows we had a chemistry on the plane for sure.
what is something that you, like, something that you feel that Jacqui has brought to you? Like, meaning, how do you feel different? Like, is there something like within you that you feel different that Jacqui has like brought to you within yourself?
Yeah, what Jacqui brought was it's the first time I was ever in love. I realized that there's another person in my life that I felt like I could spend the rest of my life with. That she truly is a excellent partner.
Is there, what's your favorite memory that you guys have so far that is just your favorite memory of you guys?
God, there were so many memories. Probably being in Dubai on a camel ride and then drinking champagne on a sand dune in Dubai, watching the sunset.
Not many people can say that. That's beautiful.
It was really romantic and really, really special.
What is something that, if you're having a bad day, that you would ask of Jacqui? In the future, you know, you're just giving advice. Sometimes it's easier to just say, hey, this is what I need, than having the person guess what you need. What's something that you need on a hard day from Jacqui?
That's a great question. I think Jacqui just makes me feel like I'm home. So just coming back to her and I just feel relaxed and home and everything's going to be fine.
That's beautiful. So just you need her.
I need her. Just her and just being in my space.
Okay, one last question, or it's not so much a question. Fast forward to the future. This is 40 years, this is 50 years, and she opens up this tape. And you're going to say a message that you want her to be able to hear for the rest of her life when she pulls this memory out.
So I'm talking to Jacqui?
Yes, this is to Jacqui.
So Jacqui, you are the first woman I've ever fallen in love with. And I'm happy to have spent my entire life with you. And you're my partner, and you're my everything, and I love you.
Thank you so much. We love you, Jacqui.